Animal Crossing is a very cozy game, being one of the most well-known life sim type games out there. My first experience with the series was through playing Animal Crossing Wild World on my original Nintendo DS, and I remember just spending hours on end playing it whenever I could. Suffice to say, Animal Crossing is not a series that you would describe as scary, though there are some things that you can find in those games that can be considered quite unsettling. For example, in the original Animal Crossing, if you have traveled to another player's town online, and suddenly your console shuts off for whatever reason, booting up the game again, your character's face is replaced with this. Another famous example of something scary in Animal Crossing can be found through the Dream Suite feature in Animal Crossing New Leaf, and that example would be Ica Village. Ica Village was a very well-known town that was created by a player named Garaku that you could visit through using the Dream Suite feature. Visiting the Ica Village, you are told a story about a girl dressed in red, as well as a doll that may or may not be alive. The story is pretty much told through symbolism and unsettling imagery, which for the most part the story surrounding the town was left up to the interpretations of the player. This of course has led to many interesting theories surrounding the town. It's always so fascinating seeing a game such as Animal Crossing, a series known for being cozy and relaxing, be turned into something terrifying. So when I found out about the game that we are about to talk about that is described as Animal Crossing meets survival horror, I knew that I just had to go check it out. Hanako's Late Homework is a short indie game created by game developer Soda Raptor, which was worked on over the course of 2 weeks for the Anomalous Entity Game Jam hosted by Strange Creature Games. The conditions for this game jam was to create a game that involved an anomalous entity, creature, or liminal spaces. Say hello to my little friend! Those whose games made the top 3 rated jam entries were awarded with Steam gift cards, in which out of the 24 entries sent in, Hanako's Late Homework came out in first place. The game is really short, with it being able to be completed in under 10 minutes, so if you'd like to experience the game for yourself, I've left the game's itch.io page in the description below. So without further ado, let's check out Hanako's Late Homework. In this game, we play as a cat named Hanako. You're a fucking cat! Who had made the terrible mistake of forgetting to take her homework back home with her from school, and to make matters even worse, all of her assignments are due tomorrow morning. Fearing that she will fail the semester, Hanako returns to the school at night to retrieve all of her homework. Upon entering the school, we are immediately shut in. With no way to turn back, I guess we are now fully committed to retrieving our homework. Collecting a map of the school off of the wall and leaving the entrance hall, we move off to explore the dark school hallways. There are 10 pieces of our assignment that we have to collect. One of the first ones we can grab is behind the desk in the entrance hall. The controls are very simple. You use the right bumper to sprint, the left bumper to turn your flashlight on and off, and you use the B button to look behind you. One thing I will say about the camera though is that it can be a bit janky at times. As you walk around certain parts of the school, the game will switch to a fixed camera angle style. That is until you hit the B button, which not only instantly shows you what's behind you, but after you let it go, your camera goes back to an over-the-shoulder angle. Personally, I would have liked if there was an option to keep it over the shoulder than having it switch back and forth multiple times throughout the game, but it's not really a huge deal. As you explore the many rooms of Hanako's school, it is clear that something is definitely up with it. Many of the classrooms seemingly haunted by ghosts that disappear the closer you get to them. Get away from me! Classrooms that are absolutely decrepit and filthy, which makes you wonder if the janitors are even doing their job. Also, there is blood. Loads of blood for some reason. I do have to say that I really like the atmosphere of this game and thought that they absolutely nailed the sound design. From the unsettling ambience as you walk the dark and empty hallways, the hum of the fluorescent lights as you walk past them, the whispers you hear haunting certain rooms, it's all honestly very well done. There is actually another game by Soda Raptor that also has great atmosphere, that game being Interior Worlds, a photography game where you explore and take photos of multiple liminal spaces. It is not a horror game with lack of jump scares or enemies chasing you down, though it is a game that makes you feel slightly unsettled throughout your playthrough. As you keep searching for your assignments though, it is not long until you run into the anomaly that lurks the halls. This is the thing you'll be trying to avoid for most of the game, said to be an anomaly that hunts down the souls of disobedient students. You can tell it's nearby when your screen starts to glitch, as well as by the noise it makes when it's close by, described as by a message on a chalkboard as a squelching sort of sound. If you are spotted by the anomaly, it will start to chase after you until you escape it by entering one of the classrooms, since apparently it is unable to open doors. You do have to be careful though, since you do have a stamina bar that you need to keep an eye on, and also many of the doors have that good old Silent Hill thing of being broken and unable to be opened, which can lead to this happening. Damn, that's fucking brutal. Honestly, although scary at first, the anomaly is pretty easy to escape once you have figured out that it can't get to you if you're in a classroom, and it is also very easy to avoid while walking around the hallways, since all you have to do if you spot it in the distance is just turn the other way, and most of the time it will not see you. One of the fun things I like about this game are the small nods to other classic survival horror games. For example, the door opening sequence at the start of the game being reminiscent of the Resident Evil games, the wheelchair you can come across possibly being a reference to Silent Hill. Hell, even the map is pretty much like the school in Silent Hill 1, layout and all. With the game being as small as it is, considering it was made for a game jam, there is only one puzzle that is available for us to do. Going to the janitor's locker room, we can not only find one of the pages of our assignments, but there is also a storeroom that is locked behind a keypad. To get the code for the keypad, we have to go to the men's bathroom, where we not only find one of our assignments, but we can also get the code for the keypad by looking into the mirror. Returning to the locker room and inputting the code we found, we let ourselves into the storage room to not only pick up another page of our assignment, but also a key that will allow us to access the girls' bathroom, which we previously weren't able to get into earlier. Seriously though, some of the locations of these pages are quite strange. Like, yeah, classrooms, that's normal. Bathrooms, a bit disgusting, but I guess that can happen. But how in the fuck did one of them get in the janitor's storeroom? Like, what the fuck? Did you do this, you little fuck? Once you have collected all of the pages, it is time to make our escape. This time around, however, the monster is a bit more aggressive, so now we have to be a little bit more careful trying to evade them. Running back to the entrance hall, the shutter is now up, and now we can take our leave. I managed to survive and escape the school. With my assignments in hand, I am safe to turn them in tomorrow. I will never go back there at night again. At least, until I forget my homework again. You're willing to do that again? What? Hanako's Late Homework was a fun yet simple horror game. I really loved the aesthetics and the atmosphere of the game. However, I do wish there were more puzzles to solve, and I also found the monster to be a bit too easy to avoid, making the game a bit too easy to complete. As of the time I'm making this video, the developer has recently decided that they were going to give the game a full Steam release, featuring more puzzles and a bigger level, as well as a few other things which I'm excited to check out once it is released. So yeah, today we learned that if you forget to take your homework back from school and everything's due tomorrow morning, the correct thing to do is to drop out of school, you fucking dumbass.